And you know what? To that neurologist who was diddling around in me with that big old needle, fuck you. No. Yo mama. Ugh. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. This is the story of how I lost all my senses. I'm minding my own GDMF business. It's freshman year. I'm a freaking freshman at the University of Michigan. Do you understand going from a small town to a big public white institution can be daunting? The community in which I grew up was probably 40% white. But I went to school with a lot of people who were not white. And that's not just like it was so diverse, it was so multicultural. Wait, that's not the point. Anyways, it was stressful. It's stressful enough just being a freshman, a student, being a black at a PWI, a child of immigrants, fat.
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that...
But then on top of it, to be a freak! God, no, it was so, I don't know. I guess I was like not acclimating well or something. I don't know. I'm minding my own GDMF business. I'm brushing my teeth in the joint bathroom, which was really a huge adjustment for me because I had my own bathroom at home. And I know that's crazy, but I did. And it was crazy for me to be sharing it then with a bunch of dirty, nasty boys. This story is bringing back some memories I thought were long forgotten. Brushing my teeth, but I'm noticing that the toothpaste is spilling out of my mouth a little bit. I'm like, okay, you're tired. Like, control your freaking mouth, bro. Spit it out. Put my Listerine in. Open my eyes and I'm getting the shit everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? This is so embarrassing. What the fuck are you doing? And so I'm like, girl, close your GD mouth. Like, what are you doing? I close my mouth and then I keep, and it's still doing it. I'm like, what the hell? My mouth is like not cooperating with my body. And I had noticed when I woke up that my eye was like a little irritated. It was just like running a little bit. And I was like, okay, allergies. It's the fall, but tend to have year-round allergies. My body doesn't fare well, just in general. I think he rejects life. Yeah. And that'll probably come through at every stage, every single sense that has been lost. One of my friends on the floor, I was like, hey, is my face weird? And I smiled and I was like, and he was like, whoa, that's fucking weird, bro. You should go to campus health. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I have class. I think I went to class and then I went to campus health. I like got an emergency appointment and they were fascinated. I was a marvel. I was a medical mystery. They kept trying to like send me to the hospital because like, you could be having a stroke. I was like, I'm 18. I'm not having a stroke. I promise you that. And they're like, no, we need to take, and you have high blood pressure. I'm like, yes, because like my face is frozen. Then a doctor who had some freaking sense came in and was like, everyone get out. Get out. And then she takes my hand and she's like, baby, you have herpes. She's like, you have Bell's palsy and it is like, they don't really know what causes it. Yay! Oh, I love being a mystery. But she's like, it will give you some antivirals. It's a virus. It's like a strain of like herpes or something. That's like not like sexually transmitted. And I'm like, girl, there's no way. There's no way I have that. And she's like, don't worry, it's not an STI, I promise. I didn't say that though. I was like actually sobbing, like asking her to call my mommy. And so she was like, it'll probably subside on its own, but sometimes it doesn't. And I'm like, oh, what? So I left and I called my mommy and I cried and I was like, I freaking hate it here. I want to go home. And she was like, well, you can't do that because you have to get a college degree. Yeah. I took the antivirals and some prednisone, which is a steroid, which has become the bane of my existence. And it did not help. I had Bell's palsy for a month. I was a laughing stock. I was the town freak. I was a joke to my peers. No, everyone felt really bad for me though, and I hated that. I hate pity. I think it was junior year. No, sophomore year. Sophomore year. Lots of things going on at home. Lots of things. But also lots of things going on at school. I was fighting for my freaking life. I was working, which like I liked my job. I like worked for the development office. Shout out Michelle. Love you, girl. I was taking organic chemistry too, I think. I was taking this like neuroscience course. I was taking the stats course that was like notoriously difficult. Like it was so difficult that like I don't know, someone sued the school, the department got in trouble because it was too hard. Or maybe that was Oregon. One of them got in trouble because it was too hard. And they're like, students aren't passing. And this professor was like, yeah, no, isn't it great? Right. So there was a lot going on. And again, my body, as he does, did not respond well to it. I have a weak constitution, just like the United States of America. One day I was studying with my friends like we do. I'm constantly studying. We just study in different places and that's how we hang out. We were studying and I was like, you know, when you look at the sun, okay, stay with me here. Wait, no, that wasn't it. No, yes. This is what happened first. I got vertigo for like a month. I woke up once and I thought I was drunk. And like, I drank a little bit. I know I was just a sophomore, but I had a little drink every once in a while. I was like, oh wait, I'm drunk. But I was like, wait, but it's like a Thursday. I wasn't out drinking last night. This is not possible. So I'm walking around. The world is moving around before my eyes. I'm like, what the hell? Go to Campus Health again. They send me to an what is it? They sent me to an I don't know. They sent me to an eye person and he's looking in my eye. He was like, I think you have some vertigo. And I was like, right. So what do I do with that? How do I make it vertigo away? Blow me down. And he's like, girl, I don't know. It'll just go away on its own. Take some Dramamine. I started taking Dramamine and it didn't help at all. The world was horrendous for like a month. I was like tanking in all my classes because like I could barely focus. I got headaches. It was really bad. And one day I was studying with my friends as we did, as we do. Not anymore. I'm not in school. I haven't been in ages. And thank fucking God, I cannot imagine it. But we're studying and you know when you look at the sun and you shouldn't do this actually. I hope you don't know this. But you know when you do look at the sun and you look away and you see it still in your eyes. You can do this with lights too. Yeah, it was kind of like this black spot that was like in the middle of my eye. And I was like, man, I must have looked at the sun. It's cloudy. I must have looked at the sun or something. I'm always trying to talk myself out of it because I'm fucking crazy. And so I'm like, you know what? It's so fine. And then I'm like working and I can't really see anymore. I'm like, ugh. Hello? So I had to go to Campus Health. I did an eye test, like to see like what my vision was. And he was like, you are almost completely blind in the smack dab. Because I could see like my peripherals. It was just like the center was just like this black like spot. And I just couldn't, it was like a big black spot, but like I couldn't see a thing. So he sent me to an ophthalmologist. And you know what? My girl, I don't remember her name. I think it was Lindsay. Dr. Lindsay, God bless you. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless your whole line. Because if it weren't for you, I would have died on campus at the University of Michigan. She saved my life. She sent me, I had to do like a bunch of tests, MRIs, things such as, really freaking sucked. And she determined that I had some inflammation of something. It's called like optic neuritis. I don't know. But she was like, yeah, we're going to give you some steroids and we're going to help. And I was like, period. And so she put me on some steroids, and these steroids, I was manic for 2 months, 2.5 probably. Didn't get a lick of sleep, was always up, always moving. I mean, it was just bad, but I could see. And that kind of outweighed everything else. And then come to find out, her stupid idiot of a whatever he was, assistant, physician, I don't know what the hell he was, but he has no business playing with patients. They gave me the wrong dose, so I had to be on it for like 2 freaking months because they gave me such a high freaking dose. You have to taper off. And every time I taper too fast, I'd start going blind again. It was just fucking horrible. And then I went vegan. Yeah, and just like turn my life around because the Lord told me to. And my mom yelled at me. She said, you eat horribly. So I stopped eating meat and dairy. And you know, things got a little better until I crashed my friend's car. And I didn't actually crash it. I just nicked it on the side of the house. I honestly think it was quite a dramatic, like, event. Like, the car is I don't, like, for what happened, the damage was just ridiculous. The whole freaking bumper was basically gone. I literally barely nicked the house. The anxiety was so freaking so bad. He was actually so sweet about it. And he's like an asshole, just like by nature. If you see this, I love you. But he was actually really sweet about it, thank God. But I felt so sick about it. I was like going around town, like looking at different places to pay for it. Mind you, out of like my financial aid. Because like I'm working, but like this is like, okay, I'm a student. But I'm like, yeah, like let's just not even deal with insurance because I don't want your insurance to go up. I'll just like pay for it. It was so bad. And yeah, I started going deaf. Right. I went deaf in my middle ear. And I had to see an audiologist. And he was like, babe, you're going deaf in one ear. And I was like, babe, I know. And I was like, no, babe, like if it was like just even a smidge worse, I would be installing a hearing aid in your ear right now. And I was like, what? So again, I'm on prednisone. It's ruining my life, but I'm getting so much done because I'm always awake, always moving, always going forward. It got better. The car got fixed. COVID hits. I mean, it hits. And then I get Bell's palsy a second time. And then my ear gets fucked up again. And then get to North Carolina, I lose my taste, I lose my smell. That is what really sent me over the freaking edge. I should rewind because before I got to North Carolina, this neurologist that I started seeing was like, yeah, let's just do a spinal tap because like you got Bell's palsy again and that's kind of crazy. And I was like, it is a little crazy, but I would rather jump in front of a moving fucking train than come to the hospital at University of Michigan during a pandemic. So it was some back and forth and negotiating. When I had to go to campus health because like my face is droopy and they thought I had a stroke and they were like, we have to send you now. And I was like, no, you're gonna have to physically remove me from the seat because I'm not going to the fucking hospital. So let's figure it out. And can I have a juice box? Because I'm a little lightheaded. So after a series of negotiations, we had decided that it was for the best that I did come to the hospital and get this man to shove this giant stick in me. And he had no idea what he was doing because he was just playing around in my body with that fucking needle. And it hurt. It freaking hurt. He could have fucking paralyzed me. You know what? If you see this, fuck you and yo mama. So that's the story of how I lost all of my senses. I got them back mostly. My face is a little slow on one side or something. I don't know. I still can't really hear out of this ear. Things aren't really great in that sense. And then one of my nostrils does not work. It just straight up does not work. So sometimes I don't smell things like carbon monoxide. So yeah, that's not good. But I have a gas detector. At the end of the day's going to end and we're gonna fucking ball. I'm gonna get a burger. Girl, you are just fucking hilarious.